It's time to talk to our friend, Mr. Barstool Nate. What up, Nate Dog? How you doing?
What's up, boys? How are you?
We're good, man. We're good. Just kind of grinding through a rainy Tuesday, I would say. 2-2 on the season for your Washington Commanders. Tough look defensively, particularly against Atlanta this past weekend. But it's a big, long season. They play 17 games. They've been down a lot of guys. I'd say expectations are Jaden returns to the field this Sunday. How you feeling about your boys in Burgundy and Gold?
Yeah, it was a frustrating loss, an annoying loss, a game that really wish we could have back. It's NFL, right? And I know you tweeted about it. Like, it was a wacky week where, a team like Atlanta, who lost 30-0 to Carolina the week before, then beats us. And I tweeted that, we didn't have Jaden, we didn't have Terry, and a lot of the replies were, well, they don't play defense. And that is true. That is accurate. But my point is, if we think back to last year, we have to remember that Jaden extends drives unlike any other quarterback. He keeps the offense on the field. Last year, we dominated time of possession. Against Atlanta, they dominated the time of possession. With a guy like Jaden who extends drives, he gets first downs on third downs, he allows us to go for it on fourth down more often and convert. It kind of hides the weaknesses of the defense more. And we didn't have that. And that's ultimately, to me, why we lost, is because we couldn't stop Atlanta, but we also couldn't stay on the field. We need a drive extender to make up for the weaknesses of the defense, and we didn't have that. Jaden back on the field allows that to happen. It puts everything in motion. The defense feeds off the offense. And as bad as the defense is, and they are bad, I am not denying that they are bad, and they need to get it together, but Jaden helps that.
Does that automatically help it this week, though, against a team that lost last week as well, that's trying to get back in the win column?
I truly believe Jaden is one of those dynamic, once-in-a-generation type quarterbacks, or at least knocking on the door of that, where when he's on the field, you automatically give the Commanders a chance to win no matter what the opposition is, home or road, primetime or not. He's special. He's different. And, Marcus Mariota, he played his butt off 2 straight weeks. He's not Jaden. And in the NFL, when you go on the road, it doesn't matter if it's against the Atlanta Falcons. Like, it's a tough league to win games, especially when you're with a backup quarterback. There's a handful of good QBs in the league. We are lucky to have one in Jaden, and we're lucky to have a very good backup. But there's a reason he's a backup, right? Like let's not start acting like we have Tom Brady backing up Jaden. We have Marcus Mariota. And again, I know it was not his fault. I'm not placing the blame on him, but he still only threw for 156 yards. And when Penix is across the field from you throwing for 313 because our defense stinks, someone on the offense has to make a play to win the game, and ultimately it just did not happen.
In case you didn't know, Tom Brady was a backup before he got his chance.
All right, well, yes, obviously. Marcus Mariota ain't Tom Brady.
I'm just saying.
Defensively, lot of opinions. What do you think needs to happen?
Yeah, I think the big discussion right now is it scheme? Is it players? Is it age? I don't think you can pinpoint, 100% on any of those. I think, you can spread it around percentage-wise. Like, Bobby Wagner is getting up there in age. He's lost a step. Yeah, maybe the scheme isn't using our players to the best of their abilities. Maybe we don't have that edge rusher who can, get to the quarterback on third down to, force a punt. There's a player issue. There is a scheme issue. There's a coaching. It's a mishmash of just things that they need to tighten up and get right. And, BMitch, you're always saying it's the players on the field. Like, yeah, they have to step up. I think without question, they were not prepared. You cannot let Michael Penix Jr. go 20 for 26 and 313 yards, and expect to win the game. We did not get pressure on the quarterback. And this Sunday, we are lucky. We are playing against the worst offensive line in football with the Chargers. Justin Herbert has 0 time to throw. If you're on Twitter, go to @Ryan DePaul, DEPAUL, and he broke down the Chargers all 22 of Herbert, and he called it the worst O-line performance he's ever seen in his life. We need to take full advantage of that on the road against the Chargers and just continually put pressure on Herbert because they have a god-awful offensive line, and even though we don't really have edge rushers, we have to get to the quarterback.
Do you think they will? Against the Raiders, the pass rush was really good. In both wins, their defensive line has been dominant. In both losses, the D-line's gotten pushed around a little bit.
Yeah, if we don't, then everybody's got to go, right? Then that's a pure coaching problem. And, I mean, the players, I understand they have to do their job too, but you have to scheme up a way to get, to take advantage of playing against the worst offensive line in football. You just have to. At some point, I mean, Witt has to be, I don't want to say on the hot seat, but it's warming up. You can't be, the worst ranked passing defense in the league and have a front that can't get to the QB. Like something has, you have to scheme something up. And that's what I'm looking forward to on Sunday is seeing what he cooks.
How important do you think, I mean, you kind of mentioned it. What do you think the mental lift is getting Jayden back on the field?
The mental lift?
Yeah, like what does it do for the organization?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Again, I think you know it as well as I do. It changes everything. He is a playmaker. He is a top quarterback in the league. If he wasn't hurt, I already had him in the MVP conversation. I think last year he should have definitely gotten more MVP votes. We have and I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into the Ron Rivera stuff. We have a bad roster. We have a roster that is still rebuilding. We had to sign a lot of vets to plug holes because of the poor drafting. Jaden obviously knocked it out of the park, but he's still surrounded by a subpar roster. But getting a guy like Jaden back, it changes everything. He makes the team better tenfold.
Sure. We're talking with our friend Barstool Nate here on the Rude Guest Hotline. Rude makes the most reliable heating and air conditioning products in the DMV. I feel like you're taking a pretty measured approach to the Atlanta loss. I know you live on these internet streets. Have you been surprised by some of what people are saying? Like some of the expectations to make big changes right away, bench guys, fire guys, all that stuff.
It's interesting because I try to remind people, and I say this all the time on this show, I say it nonstop, we're still rebuilding. This is year 2 of a rebuild. We got so fortunate that Jaden was so good his rookie season and took us to the NFC Championship game. That does not change that there is just a lot of bad talent on this roster and a huge lack of depth, and this team is extremely injured right now, and it showed. It just absolutely showed through. So I think people, there's a lot of Lattimore, I don't want to use the H word, hate. I don't think people are very happy with his play, and I think that is, we all saw he's not playing well. He's let's just call it what it is. He's been a very weak link of the secondary, and we gave up draft capital for him, and it has not paid off. Now, that being said, I do not think that trade would have been made if Jaden isn't so good last year and Adam Peters is looking around like, if I make a couple moves, we might have magic in a bottle right here. Like, we might have something that nobody expected. So he gambled on the Lattimore trade. It looks like it's kind of not going to pay off at all. It's going to be a huge net negative for the team overall, it looks like. But I understand why he did it. But yeah, this team, we have a while to go. We have a couple years to go. Jaden's still young. The wide receiver, a guy like Luke is finally trying to figure it out. The defensive backfield with a guy like Mikey who is still figuring it out. Trey is still figuring it out. There's a lot of gaps, between the veterans and the young guys that they're trying to fill in, and it's not quite there yet. So I think we all need to just take a breath, trust the process, have fun watching this very fun team, and just give it a year or two.
A year or two?
If they lose in LA, how are you going to feel?
It honestly, JP, it depends on how they lose. Are we going to get the doors blown off and not compete and look completely unprepared? That's unacceptable. If it's a battle and, guys are just grinding and fighting. And, the football's a crazy game. We know a lot of dumb things can happen. It just all depends on effort level, preparation, and how certain guys play. And we can't predict that now. We can talk about that next Tuesday. If we lose and if we win, we can say, hey, you know what? They showed up, they competed, and they showed that they're capable of, winning tough road games.
What is it that you need to see against the Chargers?
Get to the quarterback and the defensive backfield make plays. We just can't have Lattimore getting burned or holding every single play. We need Mikey to, he was very good as a rookie. He's taken a step back. We need him to step back up and, play like he means it. And, I think Cliff, we're running the ball as well as any team in the NFL. And sometimes I'm wondering if he's recognizing that because, we have a backup in Marcus Mariota. It's a one-score game, and, he's going 3rd and long to Chris Moore, who was on the practice team, 3 days ago. So I want Cliff to kind of just, we're not going to – if we're not going to win through the air, we're averaging 6 yards a carry. Stick to the run game if you have to. Bill's a beast. Let's feed him the rock.
It's interesting with the run numbers. They're running the ball quite well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people recognize Bill got the most touches of any back last week. He had 7 carries and he had the 2 catches.
And as did Chris Rodriguez. He had 7 as well.
Yeah, he didn't have 2 catches, though. I said Bill got the most touches.
Gotcha.
They are 2nd in the NFL in rushing yards, 17th in attempts. Now, some of that is going to be skewed by quarterbacks running because those, make a big impact, especially when you have guys like Jaden and Marcus that can run the ball. I don't have a ton of complaints about the offense. I think not having Terry, not having Noah has impacted the pass game. I think Debo, for whatever questions existed about Debo, I think Debo's
proven himself.
Yeah, just a really great start to the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Debo is my offensive MVP right now. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat. He's been great in the run game. He's been great in the passing game and great on special teams. Debo is I wouldn't even know who else could be the offensive MVP right now besides Debo.
I think that's fair. Now, we did get some news here, Nate Dogg. Commanders have added Robbie Chosen to their practice squad.
Are
you familiar with his work?
Yeah, he's on the Dolphins last year, I want to say.
Do you remember the fellow by the name of Robbie Anderson, former receiver?
Yeah, on Carolina. Yeah, he was very good for, 1 year, 2 years?
Robbie Anderson is now Robbie Chosen.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the same guy.
Yeah.
Does that move the needle for you?
No, he hasn't had a good season since 2020 in Carolina. It moves no needles for me. If our season is in the balance of Robbie Chosen, it's a lost season.
I don't think.
No.
I don't think the season's in
You
the
need
balance.
to tell Nate what our nemesis said.
We got a reply. I got a reply on Twitter. He said, "Why don't they just sign Santana? He's already at the facility."
Honestly, no. I don't mean to be rude towards Robbie Chosen, but
he doesn't seem like a fella you want to be rude.
You better not be rude to him. He might tell you he's gonna do something to your peeps.
No, I have no file on Robbie Chosen and what he's going to bring to this team besides be on the practice squad. But good for him, cashing a check. Happy for him.
All right, we're going to open the phones and ask this question. But we're going to start by asking you, Nate Dogg.
Of course. Yes.
800-636-1067. How would you fix the Commanders' defense? Clearly something doesn't look right.
It's tough, man.
You hear that, B?
Huh?
Do you hear that?
What?
Nate was speechless.
I don't want to say.
Some people think he should be there more often.
Look, Dorrance Armstrong is having a great season. Deron Payne is having a great season. But, you can't make Luvu and Wagner 10 years younger. You can't make Von Miller 10 years younger. And then you can't make Trey Amos and Mikey, 5 years older. There's just this weird veteran young guy gap where the young guys aren't quite ready yet and the old guys are too old. It's like you can't fix that, schematically or anything. It's just it's a tough spot that we're in on this defense, and I think they're working their tails off. Like, I know Bobby Wagner doesn't want to get burnt on every single play. You know that he's trying not to be, but, Father Time's undefeated. It sucks. Like, it's unfortunate to watch, but you can't snap your fingers and fix that. That's why you just have to just keep the offense on the field. That's how I fix the defense. I don't let the defense go into the field. I don't let Marshawn Lattimore take 25 holding calls. I just keep the offense on the field, and then you don't have to worry about it. That's how I fix the defense.
All right. When you were last on, I asked you about the Terps going to Wisconsin. You had no faith. Talking with our friend Barstool Nate. You can give him a follow at Barstool Nate. Now your 4-0 Maryland Terrapins are at home hosting the Washington Huskies on Saturday, 3:30 on Big Ten Network. I guarantee you one thing. Maryland is plus 6.5 at home. I promise you I'll be betting on the Terps. How do you feel about it? This is a big game in College Park, dude.
I love that you're a Terps shill these days. It excites me to see you getting onto the Terps bandwagon.
They have a pro quarterback. They Malik Washington. Not to mention this kid playing D end. They have a ton of good corners. Like, they have talent on this team.
Yeah, no, Washington just lost to Ohio State at home, and it's going to be a big challenge in College Park. Washington's still favored coming from the West Coast to the East Coast. I hope the students fill it up, the stadium. I hope Malik Washington, he just continues to ball out, and it would be a very big maybe the biggest back-to-back wins in a very, very, very long time for this Maryland program. Going into Wisconsin and then beating Washington at home, and then they have Nebraska coming in the week after. So big 3-game stretch for our beloved Maryland Terps. Moving to 5-0, that should get us ranked. And a ranked Maryland football team is, that's what I've wanted to get back to. That's what I love. So
then you'll come to a game.
Yeah, well, that gets you to a game, Nate.
Then you act like a real fan instead of that fake you acting like.
Hey, when we're back. I can't guarantee I could come to a game. I'm busy, but it was
that damn busy.
Very busy.
Falling off of curves, breaking ankles. You ain't that damn busy.
That was 3 years ago.
I don't care, but you tried to milk it for about 2 years and a half.
BMitch, you were still in your 50s when that happened.
I'm still in my 50s.
Yeah,
all right,
okay.
We gotta go, Nate Dogg.
All right, see you guys.
All right, see you. That's our friend Barstool Nate. Says he's going to come to a Maryland game after they beat Washington.
Man, Nate's scared to come outside.